No action on that is.
Item number 6, discussion and possible action on award of bid for Oklahoma Turnpike Authority Utility Relocation Project.
So I believe as the council saw in your packets, there were 10 bids submitted out of, I believe, 29, 30 different contractors that attended the pre-bid conference. Lowest bid came in just over $8,026,000 by Mach Energy. And Wall Engineering, who conducted the bidding process for us, they are recommending this company for the project.
Any public comment concerning this agenda item? Any questions from council of staff? You remember we approved a while back a agreement with OTA for reimbursement of these expenses, the bulk of these expenses, not all of them, but the bulk of these. So
I move to approve item 6.
Second.
motion second for approval of item number 6, awarding the bid to recommended.
Yep, recommended bid.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd D'Amico,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton, absent, Marcy White,
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 7, monthly treasurer's report.
Hi, everybody. This, of course, is reporting on July 2026. With this being our first month, the ideal execution rate is 8.3%. Revenues for general fund are sitting at 8.2%. Expenses are sitting at 10.5%. Revenues are within expected places. The expenses are a little high. Typically, we have a lot of upfront costs, annual recurring costs that we take care of in July and August. So we kind of naturally run a little high in July and August on our expenses. Revenues for the capital improvement tax fund are 8.1%. Expenses are only 1.8%. Again, that's driven, our revenues are doing great. They're within expectations. Expenses, those are driven by our projects. The majority of that fund is our 70% for roads and bridges. Revenues for NPWA finished the month at 8.6%. Expenses finished at 6.9%. Revenues are on target. Expenses are a little under. Fire Department Tax Fund has brought in $114,000, almost $115,000. We have spent $282,000, so it's covered about 40.8% at this point in the fiscal year. We have borrowed, a little over $49 million for the new wastewater plant and $2.8 million for the new meter loan. We did just make the last payment finally on the wastewater loan, so hopefully, Kevin, I'm not sure, are we closing that one? We're not using the remaining funds, are we?
Well, Camille and I have been discussing that, but I just don't think it's a little over $500,000 that OWRB says that we can roll in to one of the, well, for example, our MBR engineering cost, if we'd like to keep that money in the loan process. However, it says that construction has to be complete within, I believe it's 18 months after they get, well, we can't do that. So at this point, I don't see any reason to roll that money in. I think we de-obligate it and move on.
Thank you, boss. All right, our current indebtedness is now sitting at a little over $65 million. We did take on the 2006 PAC loan that you all previously approved. Our first payment starts in this month. So when you look at your debt schedule and the financials, that will show that new loan. Sales and use tax came in at $919,000. $731 of that was sales. $188 of that was use. We end the month 2.8% lower than where we expected to be at the end of July. However, this July was 2.3% higher than what was received in July 2025. And as far as our overall receipts at this point, we're higher by 2.3%. We did receive 2 grant reimbursements in July. One was for the PD. It was for some Motorola radios that was from the DA. And then Jeanette's grant that she does has been able to get for us every year for the hazardous waste. We got reimbursed for that in July as well. Both those expenses were incurred last FY, so that's why the expenses are, or that's why the revenues are being reported now. It's the timing. The city fund balances, general fund is sitting at almost 1.3 million, capital improvement tax fund is 2.4 million. 1.4 million of that is 70%, a little over a million of that is 30%. Economic development tax fund is almost 39,000, cemetery care fund is 53,000, parks capital improvement is 254,000, admin and technology fund is 147,000, grant cost share fund is 1.96 thousand, pardon me, 1.9 million. Sorry about that. Transportation impact fee fund is 118,000. Of course, we have the opioid avoidance fund still sitting at 80,000. Public places and spaces fund is sitting at 3,200. NPWA public authorities, public works authority is sitting at 1.9 million. Water impact fees is 1.3 million. Wastewater impact fees is 1.4 million. Our Newcastle infrastructure fund, formerly the wastewater plant fund, is sitting at 6.5 million. The meter fund is sitting at 384,000. So all the funds combined are $17,860,767. Are there any questions for me?
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was stuttering. I'm a little Diet Coke.
Too much Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Item number 8, general manager's comments.
Just a couple of things. The chlorine issue with our water, I know it's still being discussed, and I actually text the water resources superintendent over the weekend because I turned mine on out at my place out there, and it was absolutely horrendous. I've never had it that in 20 years out here. I've never seen it that strong. He texted me back, and he said, well, funny enough, first thing this morning at his house, which he's out there in the Oaks, he had the exact same thing happen. And he said, Kevin, I don't know how to explain it because everything at the plant is showing normal levels for chlorine, all of their testing.
I could smell it at my house this
Yeah. So I'm not real sure. I'm going to have another conversation with him and have him to start maybe consulting some other people in water, different cities or whatever, experts or something, get some opinions, ideas, whatever may be going on. But that was really, really bad over the weekend.
Yellow tint to it.
Ours didn't have any coloring to it, but the taste was, it stayed with you for a little while after you drank it.
We had the chlorine smell with that little bit.
Yeah.
It's like it's like I said, I must have got it directly right off the plant.
Yeah. Well, and I ran mine, for quite a while thinking maybe it would flush out, but it never did. Anyway, I just want to bring that to everybody's attention, but our levels are still showing normal for chlorine testing. So
Do you think it's possibly being at settling at low places
well,
or high places?
I don't think so because they're testing at the plant as it leaves the plant. As it goes further out, it should decrease.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
The
would think.
level of chlorine should diminish as it goes out
We're
further.
pushing about as much water as we ever have through the
Exactly.
lines, so there shouldn't be anything getting stagnant in any lines because we're moving a lot of water through there.
A lot.
Yeah.
At any given time, I'm pretty naive still on the flow, but at any given time, are we ever on 100% Oklahoma City water?
Yeah, well, during the winter, of course,
Right.
we are.
Anytime during summer months, we're going to have a combination.
It's always ours as well.
Is it mixed with ours or just ours?
It's primarily ours on that side of town
Okay.
that I would get, that the Oaks gets, up and down 76 Highway, Willow Springs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's primarily going to be Newcastle water. So
I don't think I followed that before. All right, thanks.
little strange.
I noticed it Saturday as well.
Yeah, I think that's
that's
when
when
I
I
noticed it too.
Brushing my teeth. I was like,
I don't know if everybody realizes the approval of the contract here. I'm sure everybody realizes just how busy it is getting ready to be
yeah.
with all these utility relocations. Also, this Thursday, we're opening bids for our Tri-City sewer line that will come down south through the pastures and come out to Highway 62. So, anywhere from 16th Street north is going to be extremely busy. Lots and lots of people out there working, trucks everywhere. I mean, it's really gonna get busy. Portland will be another busy location as well. They're really pushing, to get that booster station moved. So
We decided for
on Portland Avenue. So that's gonna be extremely busy as well in that area.
do you,
And we have our water crews right now. They're working on a water line lowering on 130 there at the sports complex. We can't put in our road without lowering that line because there's so much cut that we have to do out there according to engineering. So they're working on that over there as well. And I'll speak some more about that sports complex when we get into city council. But right now, that's all I have there.
Right. And I'll just kind of tag on the end of that on a couple of things, especially with the turnpike. He did mention Portland was going to be pretty busy, but as we move into probably towards the first of the year, they're actually going to close Portland down. So Portland will be completely closed to traffic for 8 months to a year.
Mhm.
So those people that are used to going up Portland and getting onto the interstate by the bridge will not be able to do that in the future. And something that I was made aware of on Facebook, and Mike brought this out that a lot of people don't know. If anybody has any questions on what the turnpike's going to look like in Newcastle, they can go to OTA's website. They can go, Access Oklahoma. They can scroll in tight to the map, and it has it laid out exactly what is going to be on there. It's very detailed. It's very easy to see, within a few feet probably where the impacts are going to be. So that's a great resource for anybody in town that's wondering what's going to happen here. How's this on ramp and off ramp going to be? All of that's detailed very, very thoroughly and in depth if you just scroll in far enough on the map. So I hope if anybody's watching out there that they'll take an opportunity to go and do that. And maybe they'll answer a lot of questions that people have on what it's going to look like when it's finished. So a lot of work's been happening on the River Bridge and east of Portland that a lot of people don't see because it's over the hill, but they're getting ready to see a whole lot of things happening around I-44 South, 24th Street on the north side and access roads.
Saw on Friday night, they were like taking core samples or something at like 10 at night with their truck lights shining up on by the short crossover over
Mhm.
there. Jeff and I looked at each other and says, are they core sampling? And busy. Do you know if they're the Loves Bridge, since it's not going to zag anymore,
Mhm.
do we get to keep it while they work on the new one? Dang it.
It'll be gone. It's
Okay.
right in the way.
Figured.
Yeah. So
Just hoping.
yeah. So it'll
Oh,
be
boy,
gone.
oh, it's gone.
Wishful thinking.
Spinning off of that a little bit, have we talked with OTA and ODOT about possibly moving temporary lights over here on the 16th
Yeah.
to help people in and out, since we're gonna have all those cars that used to be on 24th
Yeah.
coming to 16th Street.
16th. Or no left turn on on the main street from 16th.
Well, those people, they haven't thought that there's going to be an issue because those people will still come up to 24th and go over.
Yeah.
It's just they won't go north on Portland. They can come to 24th, go over and hit the access road and get where they want to be. Whereas now they just flow up Portland to get.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about people from the
Across First
west
Baptist, yeah.
From the west.
coming this way into
Yeah.
town.
We can visit with them about that and see if they'd be willing to do that.
Yeah. 'Cause
That's
it's
gonna be-
already not good during
It's hard,
busy
yeah.
times.
So you might, if you will reach out to Ron and we'll on that and we'll.
I mean, it also gives us an opportunity to see what a light would be like. But
Mm-hmm.
It'd be great to have that. They're very anti-light, but we'll
I
see what
know.
we can get done.
Maybe they'll put a roundabout.
See what we can get done.
Drive it
Well,
for
that's
about,
what
see how
that's
they
what
like
they
it.
already want to put there. That's not
Yeah, I know.
that's not working.
I figured that.
Any trustee comments? All right, item number 10 is adjournment.
Motion
Second.
to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second for adjournment. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned. This time I'll call the August 26th meeting of the Newcastle City Council to order. First item on the agenda is roll call.
Mike Fullerton.
Here.
Marcy White here.
Item number 2, discussion of possible action on approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion is second for approval of the agenda.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes.
Marcy White,
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 3, citizens' comments. This is an opportunity for any citizen to comment on any matter related to the city of Newcastle that is not on the agenda. I remind any potential speakers that all speakers shall clearly state their name and address for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per person with only one speaking opportunity. Council members will not respond to comments or questions. The mayor may end comment period at his discretion, and prior authorization is required for distribution of materials or to approach the council. This time, is there any public comment concerning the city of Newcastle? Approach the podium, please. State your name and address for the record.
Yes, sir. My name is Rodney C. Morris II. I live at 805 St. James Place, Newcastle, Oklahoma 73065. Had an issue last year at school. Apparently, my son was suspended for something he didn't do. And I got upset. And I got the police and had them do an investigation. And in my own investigation, found out some things about Larry Mormon, the assistant principal. And I've spoken with the superintendent, and obviously he's not going to do anything about it. But as I have copies for each of you, if I could hand them to you.
Yes, go ahead and hand those out. Now, I will mention this. There's no talking about individuals. There's no stating.
Well, this may include, what does this hand out? This may include,
Names or whatnot.
huh?
Names or whatnot.
These are pleadings in public records.
Public records, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Mr. Larry Mormon.
It's okay.
Senate is all the same.
I didn't want to eat it.
Still an educator with these kind of findings. Found that he had injured a student at Norman at the, let's see, the school was Cleveland County Irving Middle School. And it says that he injured a student, and student had several broken bones. And because of the incident, the parent was forced to move. Or not the parent, but the student. The student was pushed to move to live with his dad in Indiana because Oklahoma schools aren't safe because of this man. And now he's at our schools. And when I was made aware of this document, it was sealed and it was redacted. So I had to go through a lot of stuff to get this done. And this man is in our school system, and I don't believe he should be. If he likes bullying little kids, go somewhere else. Why he's an educator, I have no idea.
Right, well,
This does not seem like it would be acceptable for an educator.
all right, well, your 3 minutes has elapsed.
Yes, sir.
So if you have concerns about the school, please address the school board with those. The city has absolutely nothing to do with who is hired or fired with the school. If you have concerns about anything illegal that any individual has done, please contact our police department.
Well, that might be.
All
Sir.
right, thank you. Any additional public comment? I'll leave there for a second. All right, item number 4, consent agenda. Is there any item any member of the council requests be removed and addressed individually? All right, seeing none, item number 4, consent agenda.
The motion approved.
Second.
Motion second for approval of the consent agenda.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes.
Marcy White,
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 5, discussion of possible action on any items removed from the consent agenda. Be no action on that agenda item. Item number 6, discussion and possible action on planning commission recommendations. Item number 6A, public hearing, discussion and possible action on recommendation to approve application for rezoning from A agriculture, E2 urban estate residential. Lisa Michelle Sutty and Teresa Sue Cruz and John R. Cruz, located on attractive land lying in the west half, the northeast border of the northwest quarter, section 24, township 9 north, range 4 west, Indian Meridian, McLean County, Oklahoma, and on adoption of ordinance number 1022. Property address 1900 East Fox Lane, Newcastle, Oklahoma. Case number R 2026-009.
Good evening, Council. Janae Greenlee with the Newcastle Planning Department. This is a request for a rezoning from A general agriculture to E2 urban residential district. It's case R 2026-009. The owner is Lisa Sutty and John Cruz. It is off of Fox Lane, but the address that's on file right now is 514 South Portland. And you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, this aerial, this is the surrounding land use. This is the parcel in question here. This area here that's separated by the orange line right here that goes across the floodplain. This is the 1.83 acres that they are requesting to rezone to E2. Right now, it's approximately a 10-acre tract, so we let them come in with a legal description for this rezoning. And E2, as you know, is a 1 acre minimum lot area requirement, 100 feet frontage with access to a public or private road, which they do have. You can see the current zoning is ag for the whole parcel, and the comprehensive land use plan designates this as suburban residential, and there is not a land use amendment required with this application as it meets that zoning designation criteria. What they want to do is they want to do a future lot split for this 1.83 acres so they can build a house on the approximately 0.22 acres here, which staff and I did a little bit of calculations development wise for the setbacks, the front setbacks, the side setbacks, and if it would be buildable area for them to have a home at that site. So they would have frontage and access off Fox Lane. The house would be approximately in this area here. The remaining 8.17 acres will be maintained with the private road access easement that comes off of South Portland that they have had for many years. The applicant is here. We did not receive any protests. Planning Commission made recommendation of 4-0 and no protest for this from the surrounding property owners. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions from council?
See, I'm not sure if I followed all the way, but the 8.17 is currently what?
The 8.7 will remain ag,
Ag.
will remain agriculture.
So we're just
The only thing that will be rezoned is this northern piece, the 1.83 acres.
All right, thank you.
Yes. And no development will be allowed in the floodplain. As you can see, most of this is in the floodplain. They're not planning on making a bridge across that deep creek or anything. They have frontage and access off Fox Lane. The remaining portion of the 8.17 acres, like I said, will continue to utilize the private access easement that comes off of Portland.
Is there any public comment concerning this agenda item? All right. I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve agenda item 6A.
A second.
Motion second for approval of item number 6A.
Fullerton,
Yes.
D'Amico,
Yes.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Marcy White.
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 6B, discussion of possible action on adoption of the emergency clause of ordinance number 1022.
Motion to approve agenda item 6B.
A second.
Motion second for approval of item number 6B.
Fullerton,
Yes.
D'Amico,
Yes.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Marcy White.
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 6C, discussion of possible action on approval of recommendation for deviation of facade requirements for Windermere PUD number 785, section 7, special provisions 7.0, exterior facade regarding the Grove development.
This item, excuse me, is a request for a deviation from the exterior facade requirements of the PUD Ordinance 785 to Section 7, Special Provisions for Windermere Track 4. This is the Grove Senior Development. So here's the aerial on the left-hand side. You can see it's abutting Northwest 16th. It is west of Veterans Park. The surrounding,
Like that.
surrounding, wow. Surrounding land uses are single family, park and open space to the east, and single family to the south. To the west, there is the mini storage there, and also single family residences and duplexes. The surrounding zoning is a PUD. This is all under 785, except with the portion of this area here that was rezoned to the RF1 under another PUD. It is urban residential. It does not require, this request does not require any type of a land use amendment. So when the Windermere 785 PUD was approved, and in that PUD, under Section 7 Special Provisions, they had made a statement, and I had went ahead and put it up here on the screen for you. Basically, is what it says is that, the masonry requirement is 85%, and then no more than 15% on all sides. And then the event that there's a desire to build a specific neighborhood area with a design theme that's inconsistent with this requirement, with a primary facade of brick or similar material, the application can be made to Planning Commission and City Council for approval of such substitute material. So they actually put that provision in their PUD that they can come forward and ask for an exception to requirement that they set forth in case there was a design theme. So previously, the R&R came and LGI came for a design theme. This is just a picture of an elevation, front elevation that was approved by council in February of 8th of 2021. You can see that they have got the wainscot and some of the hardy board. I do know that some of the brick on some of the sides was left at the 85%, but the front facades. And I did bring the minutes from that meeting because it's quite lengthy and there's a lot of different elevations that were approved for R&R and LGI that were made part of those minutes for that meeting. And I have them here if anyone would like to see. So the Grove exterior facade, these are pictures from current developments that he has in Moore, Noble, and I believe one in Shawnee. Keith Meek is here as the representative. He can clarify on that. But what they're asking for is a 35% masonry with the wainscot and 65% hardy board. And you can see these are just some of the elevations that they've provided for their development. And I went ahead and had them submit the architectural renderings for the elevations as well. This is what they're requesting for this development. And as there has been previous developments with these type of similar design themes, staff makes recommendation for approval. It was voted for recommendation by Planning Commission with a vote of 3-1. We did not get any protest for this application. I'm happy to answer any questions, and the applicant is here.
Thought we only approved the front facade to be less on those R&R ones. That was just the front that was done with the craftsman look, not the sides and back.
I thought it was 65% or 70.
I didn't think we messed with the sides or back at all. I thought the only thing they wanted to deviate was on the front. I don't remember the sides and back, but I mean, I could be wrong, but
Come up and state your name and address,
I
please.
remember that.
So in some of this, for the Windermere, and this is straight from the minutes of council on February 8th of 21. It was LGI that appeared for this one on track 7. No siding on the backs of the homes. And then they approved the Blanco 2, the Asher, Keaton, Driftwood, and Cypress.
So what level facade?
So maintaining 85% total brick for the total structure for brick, rock, stucco, or other equivalent, remaining 15% facade of the smart side uh, paneling.
Nay, the PUD now allows for 15% on every side.
That's the way it's 85% each elevation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're only
15%.
asking for another 25% or 20% on top of that. Go to 35%.
They're asking for a decrease from the 85% to go to 35%.
They go 15 up to 35.
No,
No,
decrease
85.
from 80 to 35.
88, yeah.
From 80 to 30.
35.
Okay.
They want
Okay.
20% off their.
Yeah.
See.
And then the remaining 65% will be the hardy board.
Which is a
Keith Meek, address 204 North Country Club, Newcastle. So our desire with Planning Commission and with elevations is really for architectural continuity for our brand as the growth as we have in many municipalities. As well, you noted frontage, but really we have frontage on all sides of our interior units. And so that continuity, not just for our brand and for what we build in the style, the architecture, would also be for continuity within the community as different buildings and porches face different sides of interior and exterior buildings so that residents are seeing the same architectural elements throughout the community rather than having to have breaks and transitions and things like that. So she's correct in 85% to 35% masonry for the exterior, but that's kind of the desires. You can continue with the Grove brand and the style of the architectural that we have existing in other communities and then communities going forward.
I don't know if we have any housing in the city that has that little brick on it. It's
It's older
a big
homes.
deviation.
70s and 80s.
even a lot of those don't. My concern is it's the main Garrett Road entryway into the park, across from our park. It is significantly different than the facade we've required on every other dwelling unit in Windermere. It is a significant deviation from the intent of the PUD. That's just my thought because it is one of the most visible portions of the property that people will see as they come in, and when people gather at the park, they will see that. So that would be my concern, that we've got a PUD that was a difficult PUD to gain approval to begin with, and part of the, I won't say trade-off, part of the comfort level that I believe council had at that time was the ability to have a facade that was significantly masonry brick or something along those, and to erode it to less than half of what was originally required, I think caused a concern of why did we fight so hard in the original PUD for that type of facade if we're just going to go and vary it later on. Especially that, huh?
I'm gonna agree with you on that one, and I was there at those meetings.
Yeah, it was
My time, but
I mean, my comment would be 16th Street exposure. We have the lake, and then the rear of the clubhouse faces the main road. And that clubhouse is masonry. So everything beyond that is about 500, 600 feet within, beyond whatever that fence will be. And then Garrett Drive, there's two buildings, I think, on the plat that actually face Garrett Drive. So in other municipalities, they have had existing statutes, depending on certain elevations that face the road. And that would be the only other time that we've made an adjustment where, let's say Garrett Drive was dictated as like a main thoroughfare, that facing thoroughfare would be masonry. And then the other elevations not facing the main road would be the 35%.
I understand, but the thing about it is this isn't just anywhere in town. This was, like I said, it was a very hard fought approval to begin with. And we approved it based on the fact that we felt like we were going to be able to maintain a certain look or a certain
aesthetic.
aesthetic or quality for the neighborhood. And, my concern is those individuals that were on the fence or were against this development as a whole to begin with, would probably not be too happy if we continually bury the facade, especially in this significant manner. I understand this is kind of the theme that you've done in other communities, but other communities, some of them have a complete and total additions that are vinyl sided, and we don't do that if we're going to do PUDs typically. So um, I just think it's really a reach to go back in this PUD and allow this much of a decrease in the facade.
One overriding message we receive, and I put a lot of value on, some of our best developers have said this very clearly. If you hold me to the standard, you got to hold everyone to it. And I know this is a little bit different because it is part of your brand, but but there are a lot of homes have been built that we did not allow it to go any lower. So I'm kind of fearful of the same repercussion that we asked for that development to be a pretty nice neighborhood. A lot of people were against it, but I think we need to maintain as much as we can standard for it.
Well, and we've been moving forward since it was first approved that it was going to be the 85% standard anyway. Now it's under construction and like it's already set to be, I don't know, feels like we going backwards. Like,
I mean, my comment there would be the initial statement that is in the PUD that was written in to be able to bring construction.
Right.
So the original language is spoken to as if there's a ability to.
there is, but we did approve that.
Finality about it.
But we did approve that deviation, but it was only in the front and only for a small portion, not for all the sides. That was the standard we held to it when we did it back in 21, was the same concern, but the craftsman look in the front, we went with that. But this is a lot more.
We have no visible side elevations on the side yard in the neighborhood. I put offsets side yards where we are 15 feet center island visibility. So
Is this section of Garrett going to be stockade with the sidewalk? Or is this section of Garrett from this up to, what is that street there? 16th? Is that planned to be wrought iron fence with the sidewalk? Or, are those elevations going to be visible?
that's in a
To be determined.
To be determined, but yes, the desire for 16th Street and Garrett Drive would be a 6-foot column with a step out cap and then decorative 5-foot wrought iron 2 or 3 rail fence
And that
along those drives.
Have we granted a variance for sidewalk through there? Or we required sidewalk on that side of Garrett?
I can't remember.
There's not sidewalk on that side of Garrett, and there's variance because the sidewalk, they're gonna have a pedestrian crosswalk over to
yeah.
the park.
Oh yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about that recently.
Yeah, wasn't a part of that
It's open
process.
Open ditch.
Okay.
Okay. To the back.
Both access points are off Garrett on into the development. Gated. These are the gated. Grove is. Yeah, nothing off of 16.
This is Keith, this is a separate section, doesn't tie to the existing, doesn't have any this is completely independent of the other development.
Independent private development.
Other questions or comments from council at this point? Is there any public comment concerning this agenda item? As I stated, I just think that this is a significant erosion of the intent of the PUD document. That yes, there was an opportunity to come back and ask for a variance, but I know I would never have anticipated a significant variance being requested. you know, things we've done for a craftsman style home or for things like that. I think we were generous in allowing that, but so this was a very difficult PUD to get through, and so I don't think it sets a very good look for um, fighting hard with a lot of people in the crowd to get something accomplished, and then come back in and change it to significantly latter date. That's just my thought.
I kind of feel the same way. I sat in those meetings as well, those long meetings, and it was hard to get to there. It was a hard decision to vote for, and I feel like it would just be dishonoring those fellow ones that were here.
Well, along with that, if we did approve that and someone else comes to us with the same area, and I know, interestingly enough, it was virtually full, but if another developer came and wanted to go even lower, we'd be doing this developer a disservice
Yeah,
if we went lower once again. So
And-
there's,
and you make a good point. Where do we stop?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a point where you have to stop, and I think I feel like I've came to that point on, you know, having the wood versus the brick. You know, we've given some allowances to businesses, not on the home side.
What's the pleasure of council? It's
My take is I can get behind, and that's what I thought this would be, was just the front facade. And that would match some of what's in the rest of the Windermere neighborhood areas.
it'd be
And
consistent.
it's
I
been a
think,
good look, but the
I think it's
front.
been be defendable towards other individuals that had PUDs that then came in and said, well, I want to vary my facade from what the PUD document says, and we say this is what we've done in the past,
Yeah.
rather than, well, you let these people go from 80 to 85 down to 35. Um,
So I wasn't a part of this PUD, and I don't know the proper. I'll look Carl for a little guidance, maybe if I should abstain since I wasn't a part of the original. But we did have a PUD off 76 and I think 16th, where we had kind of a shell of a PUD brought in by Box, and they basically said, well, we'll modify it when we know what we're going to do. So we've approved PUDs in the past where, with the intent that when they decide what's going to happen, they're going to modify that PUD. Just kind of bring that up. I'm not sure the history of this one, and I don't have any background on it, but I do remember that PUD was at the corner, northwest corner of, I want to say 76 and the corner of Pocella there, the south end of Pocella. May not be 16th. It might be what's over there by Richland.
Yeah.
Out of Richland.
24.
Sorry.
24th probably, yeah.
24th and 70th. At northwest corner, there was a PUD submitted, and it didn't have a lot of information to it, a lot of meat to it, and the statement was, well, we'll modify it more when we know. So if the intent is to submit a PUD,
we who will modify it? We, the council,
applicant, no, the
will
applicant.
modify it?
Mm-hmm.
And we gave them a green light to modify it any way they wanted to?
We gave the approval of the PUD. I don't know what the PUD says,
Oh.
but
There's RV park too,
Excuse me?
the RV park.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
just,
so,
just north. Well, no, just not by the Dollar General, north of that.
that's right, northwest, yeah, the RV.
Northwest corner of 24th and 76.
no, I think this would be on the east side of that EW or KNM, sorry.
Yeah, north
Like
of.
Ross Drive going up there.
Yes, there were tracks that we put a fence along the west side because all those homeowners said they wanted a fence on the west.
Oh, well, then maybe it was.
You're talking about,
So we're-
you're talking about it's a commercial development.
It
It's
is
the
commercial.
Corner of, it is on the northwest corner of 76 and 24th.
Northwest of
Yep.
76 and
Yep.
24th.
Yep.
Yeah.
it's a
So it is,
commercial
it
development.
is west of
Yeah.
76.
And there wasn't a lot of development plan. There wasn't a lot of anything really said what's going to happen. It was, here's a PUD with some things we want to put in this, but it's going to have to come back to us.
Yeah.
It's going to have, once a development plan is is presented and what they're gonna do, that PUD may need modified to that development. So kind of similar here, but this is residential, I understand, and of course you,
Are they talking about making some store?
but anyway, again, I'm not
They are, but
familiar with this.
That's the RV part.
or
No, it's north of that. I know where you're thinking, Kevin.
It's a little, it's a small,
We're looking at, we're looking at the map here.
No, there was on north.
to answer that question, you know, I'm sure, and I can look that PUD
You're
up.
talking about 16th Street.
I believe
here's
their
the
masonry
RV.
requirements are
Okay,
under the CC2 regulation, which would require 80%.
right here,
Yeah,
right,
right
right in the
there.
corner there, okay.
Yeah.
16th or 24th? 16th, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, northwest, the northwest is
Sorry, 6.
that, but
But it wasn't a facade discussion, but you're saying
it wasn't, but that PUD is not it was not just layered with all kinds of requirements and didn't have a tremendous amount of what's gonna happen. It had one building shown, it did have some information, but the conversation was, when I asked Box, you know, what's the intent here? What are we really changing?
Yeah.
It wasn't a tremendous amount of change in the PUD, so you may see a PUD come back like that gets modified, so I'm just bringing that up here, you're modifying a PUD.
I didn't know I didn't know.
Well, I think that was one that, you know, we were going to really flesh that out when they came in with the details.
Right.
This particular one, we spent months and months and months tying it down because there was such a difficulty with the neighbors, landowners and the people in that area with this. So we did what we could, we thought, to make it more palatable to everybody in that area. And that's my concern, that now, you know, we worked so hard to get all this stuff tied down, and now we're like, well, now we're just going to loosen it all back up when they're pretty much thinking this is the way it's going to be.
That's what I said. I don't know the history behind this one and what involved.
So it was a tough one.
It sounds like it.
This is the one that went from commercial to residential as well, wasn't it?
Was that?
This is the one that went from commercial.
No, that was the corner.
Yeah, more.
This is the east of there.
The zoning.
And just for, I don't know, I just think that it would be very difficult for me to support.
Well,
I
this
could
is that
support
senior living area.
yeah, I could support
Can you say?
something similar to what we've done in the other
Brick?
areas where we modified the facade in this addition,
You can,
in this development, this PUD area.
something a little bit more.
But I don't think I can support going down to a 35% facade.
And I'm guessing was our intent when we said you can come back to us, because we have considered it before. But so if someone comes back to us and asks us to do the same thing we did for the others, I'd probably say we would have to support it. But this is significantly lower facade. I think it's not the same.
The only place that we changed was it the R&R houses that we.
Well, mostly R&R.
We did R&R, but then we also allowed them to do the similar facade change in the other side, the LGI or the.
Yeah.
We allowed that as well, but not a significant amount, just to do that
Exactly.
theme. A
Well,
little bit.
you know, we lowered to that, and that's what I mean,
What would you say was the percentage we did allow? You know what that would?
Did we allow back in 21 exactly?
It appears to be that the modification, and because it's not a percentage, it's done by their models, their housing types. So, and I'm looking through these elevations, and it appears to be that all of them are the front facade, and some of the dormers and stuff on the side elevations, but mostly full brick on all sides.
R&R was the front.
Besides the front.
R&R was the front only.
Yeah, I
mean, my
think 40% masonry, I think.
Yeah.
My distinguishment there is just when public road development and single-family housing versus gated private multifamily. So,
Well, I hope you.
I would want to know, you know, from the council, like, what do you consider frontage? Because we have multiple sides of what is front.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, where's the front door?
well, I mean,
Where do you walk into the building at?
We have various buildings with accesses on multiple sides.
That's a good point. If,
whichever side the front door's on, I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
we're
it-
gonna,
I
if
mean,
we were to
where's the
relocate-
address?
there's several front doors.
If I typed in an address,
Various
where's it gonna take me
Right.
to? That's what I would call the front.
right, there's no specific address on that. That multi-housing is listed by building and unit number. So,
How many units
Then
are
I
in
would
each
argue every side
building?
is the front.
I mean, there are probably some end walls that don't have, depending on the building layout. So you would have two long side walls that may have approaches
And
versus two end walls that may not.
Do you know, for example, the site plan for the
Yeah.
plat
I mean, I see two
When you-
views of,
along Garrett? Those are gonna be
these
back
two
of
views that have
buildings,
doors, and then
right?
these two views that don't.
If there's this
Hmm?
front entrance
You may have
here,
several entrances,
here,
but,
street,
frontage is usually the street,
It'd be the street.
street.
there's each side.
So,
Thoroughfare walkways,
all
so the
visible.
frontages on the
Building's visible.
Are they like duplex, quadplex, a combination, like,
They're arranged
But this doesn't have
between
doors.
fourplex to eightplex
Doesn't, but you're
garage
gonna see
units
the
and
street right here, you can drive by.
typically, I think most of the interiors are
Hey,
single.
Rick.
It's gonna be here, you can see it all.
I mean, I've been to the Moore one, but
We have an
I
85%.
don't remember it very well in a while.
That allows them to brick this and leave that wood up on top.
Well, hardy, not wood.
the development, south of the football field, Rick Peters, I never remember the name of his, Meadows.
It's the Meadows now.
Meadows.
Did we lessen the requirements for them? Because they have some duplexes and
Those are the ones that Van Winkle's bought,
I
aren't
don't
they?
think we did.
Yeah, what about the 55, that 55 and up,
Oh.
there, right? Yeah, is that,
There's two different ones back there, but I think Van Winkle's on the Peters ones now.
I thought those were full masonry. I may be wrong.
I think you're right.
in there?
You can look on maps.
because,
Go through
because
Google.
this is different, and I look forward to having this development in our city, the 55 and over. So,
Yeah,
to be accommodating them would be great.
Or may.
Well, it'd be brick or masonized.
Yeah,
That-
but we,
I don't know.
but not at any cost. So,
It's on the side of.
and again, if we require that of the Meadows, it'd be hard for us to
No.
say. The next one,
Yeah,
we didn't require it.
or we decreased.
school at.
When did we stop after that? Where did we stop after 35%? We go away with it.
They look pretty much 100% masonry in that one.
No, I was trying to get to them where I could see, but
They pretty much, they are separate housings.
No,
But
no, Gurley's is 100% brick over there, and I know that
which ones are girlies? The middle school ones? Where are they?
right across from the football field.
Those aren't girlies, are they?
Those two developments, yeah,
Look at
Oh, I didn't think
the
those were.
senior center.
The senior center.
Yeah, that's Jim's.
they're off of Walker.
Oh, the ones.
Aren't they?
Okay, I did not know
yeah,
that.
they are.
I didn't know that.
He lives there, he lives
Lives
there.
in
Been
one.
there a while.
He lives in the
I didn't
last
know
one.
that.
No,
All of our apartment buildings are required to have them.
pretty much like this.
Everything.
And then we put,
And the sides are 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Cottage Park, we allowed some variants, but they're 100% on sides.
yeah, that's what I'm just looking at. Is that the ones on Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
what about the one up here that this went in that's just south of Boomerang?
Those are brick.
East of Boomerang?
Some of
They're
them,
100% brick, aren't they?
they're heavy brick.
I haven't
There's
driven back there, but
All around the back and the sides of them, seem like it's all brick facade, I think.
Yeah.
Estates of Newcastle.
So, if this developer came with a similar request as the rest of R&R, would that be significant? I mean, could they still live with that? Because,
I mean, I could live with that because it's consistent with what we've done throughout the remainder of the development.
if that were the case, the council would be saying, we are open to an exception, but not to this extent.
That's my thoughts. I don't know what the rest of the council
that's
is.
what I would think, yeah.
What's the R&R percentage compared to this request?
It was,
We went to I think a
it was
40%.
by floor plan, or by elevation,
In the
excuse me.
front?
So it was
The front was 40-60.
40-60?
Yeah, 40% masonry, 60%.
Yeah.
And it was only the front.
Then the rest.
Rest of it was masonry.
They just,
To make up.
but
What is this, Janae, what is this PUD for the rest of the sides if the front was changed?
Uh-huh.
Existing PUD, what does it allow?
85%.
85?
That's the one that brought
So-
me in.
So their original PUD allows them not to be at 100% on the sides already.
It's 85% on each elevation.
Without coming for extra approval.
Without
is that what you
asking
mean?
for anything, and then a 60/40 is what Kevin was saying was allowed on.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
And
pretty close to what they're asking for all sides here. They're asking for 65/35.
That was,
We're asking 65 masonry. I mean, non-masonry.
Oh,
Only 35% masonry.
never mind.
but we only did the other ones on the front, not the other sides, right? The
I'm sorry,
previous ones were 60/40, but front only, not, we
Correct.
didn't deviate on the other three. Is that right?
60% non-masonry, 40% masonry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I remembered it, but I didn't remember what the percentage was. Thank you.
This time we'll entertain a motion one way or another, so
Well, is there an option to ask them to let us table it and come back with a different proposal, or?
they can request a continuance, can they not, Janae?
Could.
Would be up to them.
Continuance on that, and we can back another
the view,
view.
All right, based on the request from the applicant, I move that we continue this item to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
Motion second for continuance.
Works out good.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton,
yes,
Todd D'Amico,
Yes.
Marcy White.
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Thank you very much. Item number 7, discussion of possible action on approval of development agreement with Farzaneh Development LLLP for water line extension along Southeast 40th Street between the east platted boundary line of the Blue Ridge Estates Phase 3 connecting to the existing water line on the west side of South Pennsylvania Avenue, continued from the July 13th, 2026 City Council meeting.
We're not ready for this, still yet. An agreement or a easement acquisition proposal's been sent to Mr. Wallace, which is for the road. This has been continued here because of that over the last couple of council meetings. And city is, still waiting on their consideration. They've haven't had time to look at it yet.
All right. I'll make a motion. We continue this item until our next regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
Motion second for continuance.
So,
What? Oh, sorry.
Is it too late to discuss about that item 7 before we heard?
he's with the Farzani Group,
Okay. Well,
the engineer.
Is there-
I'm not real sure what,
you can go ahead and speak to it.
Thank you, Lois Boggy here on behalf of the applicant. So item 7 has nothing to do with the easement. Item 7 is just the agreement for the city and the developer to pay for the materials. So what happens is if the easement comes in play and the water line moves or changes, per section 2.2, all materials necessary, meaning that the water line were to extend or require more material, it'll be up to the developer to pay for that material. Is what item 7 is about. I believe the negotiating with the neighbor should be a separate item, not pertaining to this item necessarily regarding the agreement. Because the agreement is just for regarding the city and developer pay for the materials, and the city will pay for the installations of the materials, not necessarily with the neighbor. So I think if, like, for instance, if nothing were to be concluded, then nothing would change with the agreement. Or if something were to change with the easement, if they did grant easement and the water line were to shift over north or south, the agreement will still stay in play because the agreement is just about the materials itself and my developer paying for the materials, and the city will be installing it.
if I'm correct, I believe the road was also in that agreement.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with the road. The road is specifically about it will be along the road, but not necessarily has to do anything about the easement.
And I'm pretty sure that's the reason council continued this in the first place.
That agreement part of the
I'm
packet?
not real sure. Is that agreement in this packet, Camille?
You did not put it in here. It would be in last,
month's.
or the, is it last month or the month?
Might have been the month before, yeah. No. I'm looking at the last one to see.
The only thing that the agreement states, and might be section 3.3, was Newcastle agrees to construct an asphalt street upon adoption of the annual city Newcastle Street Department project timeline, also known as a street and roadway plan. That's what they do with the agreement itself, is just stating that you guys will be constructing the road and not the developer. But the agreement is just strictly for the developer to pay for the materials, and the city will be installing the line. So for another example is that, like I said, if you were to get that easement and the water line, you guys needed 3 more fittings and an additional 50-foot linear feet of water line. That per section 2.2 of it, it says all material necessary, even though on the agreement says about 650 linear feet. For increase to 700 linear feet, it would still be up to the developer to pay for those materials to get it installed. That's what item 7 is about, not necessarily the negotiation with the easy or with the owner, just for the agreement for the city and the developer to pay for the materials so we can be able to move forward.
It also mentions installation by the city.
Yeah, it's in ways by the city, yes. Mhm.
So the city cannot install that line until we actually have an easement.
No, you guys can technically install the line now within right of way. The easement has nothing to do with the agreement. The agreement is just strictly for the materials and the installation. Not so if you guys didn't get the easement, this only adheres to the materials only. Has nothing to do with the neighbor getting granted more easement. Just for the developer paying for the materials as needed by the city.
I thought we needed the easement to even do the water line. We don't.
We need it to not be under the pavement.
Yeah.
And to redo the street correctly, to do 20 feet or 18 or whatever Kevin had suggested, we need an easement. You need at least 17 feet to make a 50-foot total right of way through there.
And we've requested 20.
And so I think they go hand in hand. You can dissect the agreement all you want, but I mean,
Without the,
should have been negotiated a long time ago. But anyway, I think they go hand in hand, in my opinion.
is the water line in the existing easement right now?
Yes.
By the way,
Yes.
It's just in the right of way.
It's in the statutory right of way.
Right of way, 16 and a half feet.
where would it fall with that road?
Falls under the paving.
No, currently it does not fall under pavement. Currently it's outside of pavement. I think the issue with the negotiating with the neighbor is that you guys want a wider street to put in there to help with the neighbor to the south.
Part of the agreement is to install paving.
No,
So
part of
the agreement you made as a developer with the city is to forego putting in that street.
city to construct the street, correct?
Correct.
But
So
this
we're
item,
now tasked with putting in the street. So to put the street in, redo that street, that water line would fall under the street we would put in.
that would be a different subject, but item 7 is strictly just for
No,
the agreement.
I'm asking that question. Let me rephrase it. With the current right of way the way it is right now, to put a 20-foot street in, that street that we would install would be under the water line.
No, I don't think you can. I think the water line can be adjusted either to the south or to the north. All depends on how you guys want to maneuver that street.
Well, the south.
The street can't.
We had that conversation earlier the other day.
Yeah, the street can't go south because we'd be
No,
running right
no
through the
way.
middle of somebody's house.
Their porch.
Way. Yep. There's not enough room for the bar ditch on the north.
I know you want this done, but I think from just the confusion in the room, I don't think that the city's comfortable with moving forward with approval of this agreement. So I think we'll go ahead and continue it to next month's regularly scheduled meeting, and hopefully we can come to a complete and total resolution.
Okay.
Thank you. So my motion stands for continuance.
Oh, I think I second
I'll
this.
second.
Motion second for continuance.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes.
Marcy White,
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 8, discussion of possible action on approval of economic development funding agreement between the City of Newcastle, McLean County Board of County Commissioners, and McLean County Economic Development Authority.
This is the agreement that was made with county commissioners, for funding for Northwest 24th Street, and, clean copy of the agreement was just sent last week to the city clerk.
It's in the packet.
Yeah, I mean, it had been approved, Jeff had approved it, but we just got that clean copy last week, so,
That is for the $1.5 million
yes.
from the Economic Development Fund for the McLean County.
Nice, very nice.
Very, very nice.
It's like that first time in.
I
Way
sure
to find
think.
that money.
I will entertain a motion.
Just
Move to approve item 8.
Second.
Motion second for approval of item number 8.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes,
Marcy White.
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 9, discussion and possible action on approval of agreement and projected cost between the City of Newcastle and the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority regarding the Toble Keith Expressway, formerly known as East-West Connector, Turnpike Project interchange at State Highway 37, East-West Connector -28601A, East-West Connector 28601B, and East-West Connector 28880A, and the Northwest 24th Street Project, East-West Connection 28101A. So
it's a mouthful.
there are some typos, or at least one typo I've noticed in the proposed agreement. And so it does say in here that they agreed to transfer the service road right of way. I'm assuming that to the city. I'm assuming that's for all service roads. Is that correct?
Yes,
Even though it just says service road.
Mm.
But on page number 4, paragraph 5, it says that Southwest 24th Street construction. That should
Mhm.
read Northwest 24th Street construction.
right.
Commence, and that's all the typos I saw on a cursory review of this. But basically, there is a chart in there, and it details the breakdown of the cost. And so the bulk of the cost, as you can see, is being borne by the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority. Our portion of that is 24th Street. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So estimated at $2,381,000, of which, based on the prior item, 1.5 million of that will be
Nice.
subsidized by the county. So
Lovely.
hopefully we can come in at that value. That would be great.
Mhm.
So that's a really, really good deal.
And this, by this agreement too, it allows this project to go out to bid with OTA's project. And their engineering, Poe and Associates, they believe by doing so that we'll get it at a lot better
Better
cost.
bids. Probably.
Better bids, yes.
Yeah.
What they think.
Cool. Want a motion?
Uh,
Or do we need to do something?
yeah, go ahead and make a motion, but with the correction that was
Oh.
brought up on page 4 as well.
These two right here.
Oh, thank you.
Service roads.
Okay, I make a
and-
motion approved into item 9 that all service roads will be turned over to us and that it's Northwest 24th Street. Not, what did it say, Northeast?
Southwest.
Southwest, sorry, Northwest.
To read Northwest.
To read Northwest, thank you.
Good job.
Second.
Motion second for approval of item number 8 as amended.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd
I'm
DeMeco.
sorry, number 9.
Oh, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Number 9, please.
Yes.
Still yes.
Yes.
Todd DeMeco. Marcy White.
Yes.
Mike Fullerton, absent. Carl Nell.
Yes. Welcome back, Cotter. Item number 10, discussion and possible action on approval of automatic aid agreement between the Town of Goldsby Fire Department and the City of Newcastle Fire Department.
Our fire chief was contacted by the Goldsby Fire Chief on this matter. I was also contacted by the Oklahoma Department of Insurance, about this, as to whether or not Newcastle would be willing to, sign an automatic aid agreement with Goldsby, specifically for the neighborhood of Whippoorwill Estates, because of no water in that area. Basically a 2-inch line, I think, is what they're being fed in there off of private wells.
Wow.
And then Of course, we're right down the road as far as the fire station goes. But with this against them, they don't have any ability to do anything about their insurance,
Right.
homeowners insurance, and in some cases, apparently it's extremely costly for some of those individuals. Being right down the road, I recommend approval of this. It's only 4 structure fires. That's basically how automatic aid agreements work. And basically, when Goldsby gets a call for Whippoorwill Estates, Newcastle would be dispatched at the exact same time. That's an automatic aid. And as long as you show that on times, and you could show it on paper that Newcastle's automatic aid for that area, those people can count that toward their ISO or their insurance premiums. So,
There's a casino right
How
there.
many homes in there?
That's from.
there can't be, what is there, about 20 homes maybe?
No, I'd
Western
say there's
Ten.
probably more than that.
Not very many. It's
How
2
many-
streets.
And how many miles is it from that station on 9?
Oh, not
Just
even
about a mile and a half,
Yeah,
maybe.
about our meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
very close.
that. One's on one side of Western and one's on the other.
And in reality, if there's a structure fire there and it gets called into Newcastle, we're going to respond anyway.
It's not. It may be.
Very
a
close.
mile. Doesn't even look like a mile.
Yeah, it's about a mile and almost a quarter from our fire station to the entrance of Whippoorwill.
Yeah, and it's straight off of 9. That's
So
not.
we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We still do we man that 24 hours?
Yes.
Yeah, we,
Now, I don't mind, I don't mind the aid,
Probably close to 40 homes in there ish.
Those are not.
but I do have a
Both
little
sides
issue
of,
with the
of both
previous
streets.
the current council,
yeah.
how they treated us over the water deal. I mean, that's,
I'm not going to cross the two.
I,
Council member, I mean, y'all can discuss that if you want to, but
I just felt like that
Pretty-
you guys
pretty-
got
28, 30.
rolled over on that one.
What's that, Mike?
When the water agreement with Goldsby, how they treated us and what they said about it.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, this is not Goldsby City
And
limits.
it's not the council, and that's why I said I'm for this.
Yeah, it's in their fire protection district, and my main concern there is that there is not adequate fire flow there out of their system.
Right.
In dry years, and I imagine this year is probably one where they're struggling a little bit. That well field struggles, and they have limited water capacity even for the dwellings that are located in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a concern that we would be able to do the best we could, but there's not going to be a whole lot of water there. We would,
big tanker shuttle
tanker,
basically.
yeah.
That's what I was.
we don't have a tanker at that
And
nine
we
station.
have a
do we?
hydrant.
We have,
No, it's at Station 1,
yeah,
but Goldsby has tankers.
okay.
Yeah, so
Do
I,
they,
I have no problem. I think they need the help there.
That's fine.
They've approached the city before about actually being annexed into the city. The big deal was somebody's going to have to put in new water lines throughout that addition, and
Mm.
the fire hydrants and things to facilitate that happening. And
Yeah.
at that time, they did not want to incur that expense. I don't
Right.
blame them. That's a lot.
No, yeah, that makes sense. That's why we still have 130 as
I
a state
think
highway.
We should help.
I
the
do not advocate for Newcastle protecting everybody, but this one being so close
Uh-huh.
and right down the road, we're talking about people's property and lives.
It is.
Yeah, it is really is. It's right there.
I'm favorable to
I
it.
would have guessed it was ours, honestly.
Is there any public comment concerning this agenda item? All right, I'm going to entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the agreement. Is it an agreement or?
yeah, it's an agreement.
Yes, automatic aid agreement, yes.
I'll second it.
Motion second for approval of item number 10.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes.
Marcy White. Yes. Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 11, discussion and possible action on planning commission member appointments. Item 11A, reappointment of Carl Evans, term to expire March of 2029.
Move to approve item 11A.
Second?
Motion second for approval of item number 11A.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
Yes.
Fullerton,
Yes.
Marcy White.
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item 11B, reappointment of Keith Cleghorn, term to expire March of 2029.
Motion to approve 11B?
Second.
Motion second for approval of item number 11B.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes.
Marcy White.
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 12, discussion and possible action on award of bids for Veterans Park Improvements Court Enhancement Project by approval of base bid with alternate number 1 or award of base bid only as follows. Item 12A, award of base bid and out alternate number 1 to W.L. McNatt and Company in the amount of $950,501.65 or Item 12B, award a base bid only to Green Shade Trees LLC in the amount of $859,544.
So the city's budget on this project to begin with was $788,000 is what it was estimated by the designer. Obviously, when the bids came in the first time, they were all higher than that. And there was some, issues with some of the bids that had come in. Therefore, she recommended, rebidding the project. Council approved. And this is what we got back. Still a little bit higher than 788. I think it was just estimated too low to begin with. And of course, we did talk about eliminating the volleyball courts out there to save some money on this. This is going to cost us, about $70,000 extra, even eliminating the volleyball courts. But that's, I do recommend, the Green Shade, that council accept that bid. I've heard some really good things about this company, and apparently they've built several of these all over the place. So, should be a nice facility.
Kevin, what is alternate number one? There's the item 12A has alternate one in it and 12B doesn't.
Yes,
What is the cost for alternate one? Was it broken out for WL at 950,000?
it is. It's broken out on the tab.
Is it down on
Is
the?
that tab in here, Camille?
It is. in here.
It's really small.
I couldn't read it.
I was trying to get it.
I think it was just over. Well, I'm not going to say.
Alternate, oh, okay, there's.
Is it really just the volleyball courts? Is that it? Is that all that
That's it.
alternative one is?
That's all the
You
alternative
know,
is.
2 sand volleyball courts?
Yes.
So the base bid for WL McNabb is 865 and the base bid for Green Shades is 859.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. This is a dumb question. What is alternate number one?
The volleyball courts. Strict, just
Assuming,
specifically.
Just wanted to make sure.
So, and what are you recommended doing the base bid, but not the volleyball courts right now?
Yes.
Okay,
I wouldn't do the volleyball courts. If we want to do volleyball courts at a later date, we can go dump sand out there ourselves.
right,
I mean,
just sand and drainage.
A little
some poles.
simplistic, but yeah,
well, I mean,
I mean, it's
it works
sand,
great
some
on
drainage,
engineering.
Some poles.
Worked perfectly on Main Street.
yeah,
Right.
How many years?
Yeah.
long time.
I think the big demand right now anyways is honestly for the other two.
Mhm.
That's really where people
And
are talking.
I did see last week, I drove by the courts out here on Main Street, 7 o'clock in the evening or whatever, and
Already
it
up,
was packed full.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really getting a lot of use.
right.
But, this thing is what is needed
Mhm.
and wanted very much out here at Veterans Park. And, I think we move forward without the volleyball courts, and we can come back at a later date and do
Our
it.
engineering plan has a design for those volleyball courts already in there
She does.
and how to do them correctly, not just dumping sand out. Now,
With straight lines.
when we did do,
Straight line.
before we did the splash pad, we had some individuals in the community that said, just put a water sprinkler out there. Kids will get just as wet. So,
Right.
I mean, it's a little simplistic to say dump sand out there, but
Get your
we do have an engineered facility there if we want to go build it right.
Yeah.
We can do
I have
that.
faith we have some crews and equipment.
We can do that.
That can do some things, right?
And,
They built a.
is there sand on, the ones on Main Street?
Yes.
Sand been brought in, or is it just worn down?
Usually brought in every year.
It was brought in, okay.
Owner of that property, I think, has been asked to bring it.
There's a long time there wasn't a bunch of sand there. They just played volleyball out,
There was actually some pretty good.
well, you
Yeah.
worn out. Yeah,
Yeah.
worn out. So, but,
Only one of them has sand really, the other one's kind of grassed over.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So, and that,
It's absolutely council's call. If
what I'm saying is that, I don't know that it has to be a sand volleyball court. It could be a grass volleyball.
Oh, no.
No, no.
Oh, no.
No, I haven't.
Dig. You cannot dig.
You've never watched Top Gun, Gene.
Okay.
I have.
The experts back there are frowning, and so we're talking volleyball, not talking about tennis courts. Not talking about clay tennis courts here. Okay, forget it.
Is there any public comment concerning this agenda item? All right.
Make a motion to approve, the bid from Green Shade as recommended, right? That's your recommendation?
OB,
Well,
second.
Motion second for approval of item number 12B.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
yes.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes.
Marcy White. Yes. Earl Nell.
Yes.
Strike from the record any reference to non-sand volleyball.
Oh, no, we're going to play that on our city Facebook
Right.
page.
From the old school. We didn't have stuff.
Pacer.
We didn't even have a football field, did we, Chief?
Item number 13, discussion and possible action on award of bid for Oklahoma Turnpike Authority utility relocation project.
Oh,
This would be the same thing we had on Public Works.
Yes.
I make a motion to approve agenda item 13.
Second.
Motion second for approval of item number 13.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco,
Yes.
Mike Fullerton, absent. Marcy White.
Yes.
Earl Nell.
Yes. Item number 14, discussion and possible action on scheduling a special meeting of the Newcastle City Council.
This will basically be for the bid award and acceptance of the Tri-City Sewer Main. That opens, again, they open that bid this Thursday. We would like to, I believe we set that date for the 20th, is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
The opening's on the 20th?
No,
The meeting.
the meeting.
Oh, okay.
We moved the opening to the,
On the evening of the 20th,
he move it?
take it, yeah.
Oh, it's this Thursday.
Does, okay.
Yeah.
Better put that on my calendar.
Oh, August 20th,
August 20th.
I have a scrimmage to go to that night.
It should be, I mean, it's just opening. I mean,
My
it's
commitment. Oh,
approval of bids, so I mean, I'm not going to
Thursday
say it's
night,
not important, but
Yeah,
um,
okay, I should
but-
be, we should be able to make both happen.
it should be quick.
We don't have to have you. We could do 4 people.
I'm gonna be down in the sand. I think that'll work. Scrimmage 20th, right?
And back in Gene's day, they just have a big old lagoon out there. So
You don't know what it's like back in
Sewer
the
line.
day.
I know I did.
Know what's happening. You brought a little bit of it on yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest. But
Don't dog pile on.
are we
It is football.
thinking
Right, so
6
my
o'clock for
calendar.
that meeting or?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Probably won't have dinner because it'll hopefully be a short and sweet. But Jeanette will make cookies.
Can we do 5:30?
Crap.
Would that help you out, Gene, if we did it a little earlier?
I'm not, yeah.
the scrimmage
yeah, it would,
here?
yeah, it would,
I can make, I could
I could do
could make
5:30.
5:30 if I plan it
Make
now.
5:30.
Is it an OTA there?
Huh? Oh, won't matter, yeah, so.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
You just got to, oh, yeah, we need,
I can come, I just can't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
we can be here at that.
I'll make a motion to. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, but this is not OTA, this is Newcastle project.
Is it?
Yeah, Tri-City Sewer Main.
Sewer main.
Oh, yeah, I'll make it.
So,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I make a motion to, for a special meeting to be held on August 20th at 5:30 PM.
That was gonna be one of my questions.
Second.
In fact,
Motion second
Didn't think
for
about answering that
approval
earlier.
of item number 14.
Gene Reed,
Yes.
Todd DeMeco.
yes. Yes.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes.
Marcy White. Yes. Earl Nell.
Yes.
As quick as that is, we'll probably schedule that for City Hall.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was
Be
thinking.
easy.
Let me see that.
At City Hall.
Could I ask for a reminder?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
For the time and the place, so.
What's it got?
Did you make it over on that one?
Scott did that for me just now. That's me
No sand volleyball.
dubbing for,
That's may I. You're a scientist and you can dig for volleyballs.
Hey.
That's crazy.
Even with a bad back.
Yeah.
that's why I've got the bad back.
Item number 15, city manager comments.
There's just a lot of things that are going on. One thing that we've been dealing with now for the last 2 weeks or more is the sports complex. We actually have the city's engineering firm that we contract with. We got them involved in this deal. Some very serious questions about drainage, the plan, what the plans call for on that east side of that complex where the road entry is. So we're working through that. We did get an extension on the grant, 1-year extension. So thank goodness, because of the issues that we have going, it may be another 3 or 4 months before we get this thing done. But, had a really good meeting with Sophia. The mayor was present on that, this past week. Sophia Diro, I believe is how you pronounce her name, with Tom Cole's office. I know I put this stuff in my reports, but it was a very good meeting with her, and got to talk about, what projects, the many, many projects that the city has that we need assistance with on funding and things of that nature. And she basically runs the show. I mean, and makes the recommendations to Congressman Cole, and gets the ball rolling for us. She's exactly who I dealt with the whole time on the MBR plant, when that money came through. So we gave her about 5 or 6, 7 different projects that we're looking at, and she took that very serious, and I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful
Well,
for the
that
future.
was really good timing on the coattails of the hospital.
Yeah,
you know?
well, yeah.
No, I mean, we're moving, we're going, we got stuff going.
And they are very, very much aware of that.
And
Yeah.
They are.
but his office, as well as Senator Langford, shown a lot of interest and appreciation for what Newcastle is doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
having them aware of us and in our corner for anything is just remarkable. So hats off to you all who've
Yeah.
been working with them. And
We had Congressman Cole in City Hall the week before
Mhm.
for a nice meeting. That was a really good meeting. Then later that week we had the groundbreaking with him in town. So it doesn't hurt to have people knowing where
Yep.
Newcastle is, and
What we're doing.
lots of people now are hearing Newcastle on
Yep.
the news
Yeah.
everywhere, because that Newcastle Medical Complex, Newcastle's in the name.
I was
So,
surprised they didn't name it Anatubby. It'll be on a building.
yeah, so it's exciting times. Lots of challenges, as you all know,
Mm-hmm.
with the turnpike and the infrastructure improvements we've got to fund as a part of that. But we'll get there from here, and it's a really exciting time to be in the city of Newcastle.
We do have a meeting coming up September 18th with Brandon Wall Engineering, regarding the MBR plant and some different things about it. And I hope that maybe we can bring back a little bit better news on that plant in October, if he can nail some numbers down for us. But right now, very preliminary, can't guarantee anything at this point. Sounds like it may come in a lot less than,
Less.
we'll see.
We'll see.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to say more. I was
Oh,
waiting.
no.
Buckling up.
We're hoping a lot less.
We're hoping a lot less, but that's why we need a meeting with him to discuss.
things looking good for Fluent, effluent.
That is moving forward. They have started the study. Ran it Alliance Tech, or I think it's Alliance Tech that's doing it for us. They sent their plan to ACOG. ACOG said, yes, the plan looks good. Shipped it on over to DEQ. DEQ stamped it right away and said, get going.
Wow.
You did?
Yes.
Dang.
Yeah. So they are moving on that now.
When the word South Canadian isn't in it, they're good.
Yeah. Well, and they have to have this plan done, I believe they said by October, because they have to do it in these particular time frames. So it's going to move very, very quickly. Get it all back to DEQ, and they'll look at the results and everything and see where we come out on our dissolved oxygen and all of that. So just a lot of different things right now that we're keeping up in the air.
Any new announcements on businesses coming in, that public announcements that we haven't discussed already, or?
Not yet.
What?
Good.
How are we? Have we I know we budgeted, but we started our drainage over there for the Vox project. Like, isn't that what we have to still to do? Is all the drainage? So before we can move
Streets
forward,
in the city's property.
the Fox.
Not yet. They will move in on that hopefully after they get the sports complex done.
Gotcha.
Octoberish.
Okay.
You said something there that made me think of.
What Fox property are you talking about?
The
City's development. Off of
Oh,
Well, I
this
forgot
one
the
down
name
here,
of it
okay,
already.
right. New business development announcements that we haven't, that's what I was talking about.
No, but, we did discuss this in our ED meeting on Friday that we will begin marketing. Jeanette will start that process of getting things together and be able to market Newcastle now to, some different businesses, maybe corporations, whatever that may be.
Okay.
Because we do have all of these elements now that we can actually say, this is Newcastle.
Already.
We're working on it. You know, for the longest time, we've been telling people that looking to come to Newcastle. You know, we're going to have this hospital, we're going to have this turnpike, and you know, they tell me, they say, you've been talking about this hospital for 5 years, and we haven't seen anything happen. So,
Here it is.
and we'd requested for the last couple of years from the nation, can we have something to provide? And they're like, nope, we don't want to give anything until after we have the groundbreaking. So now those plans are solidified. When we've got everything from the plans of the facility to the facades to all of the information that's even better now for phase one, especially. Originally, phase one was going to employ about 1,700 people. About a year after they get phase one open, they're looking at having 2,500 people employed there. So it's really even bigger and better, especially phase one than we anticipated. So we've got a really good story to tell. That plus the turnpike. That there's already interest, but people are kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting for these things to happen.
Mhm.
We know that the pharmacy is going to be open in 2028. We know that the plan is to have phase one of that hospital open in the fourth quarter of 29. So we've got a timeline that's been provided to us by the nation on when these facilities are going to come online. And so that's what I think a lot of these developers have been waiting for to hear is when can they expect this to happen. So part of our goal we've been really working towards for years now of how we're going to approach this is, we've got the story to tell. What do we need first? Who do we need to get in here? So we do know that there's going to be 600 to 800 people working on that facility. You don't have RV parks. A lot of those will be utilizing recreational vehicles. They don't live here. They'll come here and they'll stay during the week. There's not hotel space available here. There's not enough restaurants for individuals to eat at, not just during the day, but if they're in their RV at night, they may want to go have something to eat. So we're looking at really trying to market. We have connections with hotel operators, and so we're looking to kind of cast a wide net and see if we can get some of that started. And they know now that into 29, the very first of 30, there's going to be people coming to town to get their health care.
Mhm.
And we need a place for them to stay. We need a place for them to eat. And so those are the type of things we're going to be really focusing on, along with everything that the turnpike and just our normal growth trends are showing.
The guy that is the salesman for the one by the fire department that was at Newcastle Farms. Is that the one? He's like, usually they get houses started, then people buy them. He said, we can't even get them started and they're already sold. He said it's going fast. He sold more in like 1 month than he did in the whole year last year or something. It's insane. So it's going fast.
So, and we're building quite a few houses. And I think that trend will increase. You know, there's only so much we can do. You know, if somebody comes in and they meet our requirements and they apply for zoning, it's very difficult for us to deny those zoning requests. And so there will be more people moving to town because we're likely not going to be the only suburb of Oklahoma City that doesn't grow, as much as some people would like for that to happen.
Right.
We touch Oklahoma City, we touch Norman, we are going to grow, because every other area that touches Oklahoma City and or Norman has done so. And so we're just once again trying to manage it as much as we possibly can and make it turn out the best we can. Are you have some more, Kevin?
I'm done.
Okay. Well, city council member comments. One of the things I did want to say, we've talked a lot about things we're doing, infrastructure we're doing, water lines, sewer lines, roads, all the things. And I know it's a lot to absorb and try to keep up with everything. One of the things I would like to do is potentially, if council has interest, have a workshop where it's not a council meeting, just a workshop where we can get together, come in here, and we can go down all the things we've got in the works currently, what we've got planned, timelines for some of these things. So we've got things planned out for a long ways in the future that we don't have the money for. Some of these things we're looking at engineering and doing other things, but just so council has, we can see it, all of those things just in one meeting, and maybe it'll help everybody get their arms around things if there's an issue with that, if that's something council will be interested in.
Definitely.
Okay. we've got a lot going, and we're going to continue to have a lot more going, and I want to make sure everybody's fully informed about where we are and where we're going and how we're going to get there. And if we had a nice benefactor that would give us a couple $100 million, we could get there pretty fast. But
Yeah. Dang it.
I don't think that's
Well,
going to.
you can answer it off out of council for me later if you'd like, but I do have a question on how's the formal agreement coming for the sewer between the tribe and us on down there on 9? You have an update on that, or is that something you're still working on?
We're still working on that. The water and the sewer agreement both.
Okay.
We've been back and forth on the water agreement. We're going to get together and with our city attorney and hash both of these out. He's had knee replacement, so he's a little bit down at the moment.
They provided us an actual document to review.
They have.
Okay, good. That's a good sign.
We had the water agreement, which was basically our Oklahoma City water agreement
Okay.
that we're working through, and then they provided a sewer agreement, and so we have concerns, a lot of concerns about certain areas of those agreements.
That was really my question. I didn't know if they provided the formal agreement to
They
us
have.
to review. Good. Okay.
They have.
That's
I
great.
mean, their agreement's gonna be with us for water, not Oklahoma City, so that's,
Right.
we've gotta, the whole,
But just like we do with like the other cities we sell to, we mirror the Oklahoma City agreement so that we're selling water the same way we're having to buy water on this, like a take or pay type agreement, those type of things.
okay.
We are close to sending our draft back to them. They sent us a draft first, but we're close to sending our draft back. But like the mayor said, there are some things we still need to work through.
I only have one comment tonight. Other than that is Country Club and I'm going to get it right, 130 with the flashing stop
Oh.
sign. Will you check on that when
It's
you
been
get
a while,
time?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that intersection a while ago, I've got it up, but that northeast corner where Meek owns that additional piece there, all of that is grown up. And then, of course, there's a sign in the right of way for one of the folks running.
Election.
Yeah.
That needs to be removed.
Can we do something about that? And also all of that along that barbed wire
I
fence?
don't know that we can on that because I think that's probably on private property. At least on
It's
the
right
highway
on,
side.
it's right on the, yeah, I don't know. We could check that. If not, could we reach out to Meek and ask them to help do that?
Could have,
I don't mind reaching out to either Keith or Tony if you want me to, but whatever. Okay.
and if I could hitchhike on that, I still would like to see a Highway 130 sign to identify that is a highway. But yeah, I mentioned that once before, but when you get to that, if someone who's not familiar with it, they get to that stop sign, they don't even know what road it is.
Oh, off a country club, coming off a country
On
club?
Country Club,
Yeah.
either direction.
You're right.
So I know it sounds like a small thing, but they should see that this is Fox Lane / Highway 130 or something like that.
Yeah.
Just as a courtesy
Coming
that
from
this,
the north or south?
yeah, yeah, either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
All
true.
of us know what it is, but it just so happens
So many new people coming into.
yeah, there'll be new people and
I literally taught
Meat
that to my
stuff when
daughter
we were
the other
talking
day.
about
Yeah.
Fixed corner of that intersection.
northeast corner, we've got a public street and utility easement there,
We do.
50-foot easement.
It's overgrown to the point where
Meek.
it's hard to see.
So
Either if you're at the stop sign,
we-
it's hard to see.
we do have that easement all around that addition like we typically get.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're right there.
So
Oh,
we've-
right there. Yeah,
we've
that's
got-
overgrown to the point that if you're coming south to that stop sign, the stop sign's far enough back
Yeah,
and all that impedes you looking
right.
left,
Are you talking about heading
So
south?
we got 50 feet on the east side of Country Club.
coming south and then,
Okay.
yeah, and then trying
and
to
then-
turn.
Yeah.
and,
Took care of it then.
Back towards the
Yeah.
school.
Yep.
So we've got a lot of easement there.
My child was not allowed to go that
Yeah, and
way.
it's overgrown.
Is that fence line within our
Didn't
easement?
let her drive to school that way, and it made her mad.
Well,
It was
our
faster.
easement's not very,
Looks like it.
But
That's
I
right.
mean-
you gotta,
Close.
Because that's pretty much where the
after the
overgrown.
one where the,
That is.
it
It's
was
all
going
in
down,
that.
but she said,
see
Mom,
what
I
the
have to
easement
make.
said. Is it from center line
You
or,
know that. 'Cause I mean, I was hard on her. I was like, because my sister and my cousin got in a wreck there like in 95.
I just don't want
Same thing.
to be
crossed
called out
over.
for doing something on private.
And maybe
property.
we call him first.
Yeah.
And tell him we're gonna maintain the easement, right? Mention it.
He's
that way,
out
And that way
from
he knows
surgery.
it's being done, right? But
Well,
it
yeah,
is,
Tony
it is
has
hard. I've had a trooper ask me about that site, that visibility.
I asked somebody the other day, I don't know how bad it is.
anything we can do
Usually
on that
not.
corner would be great.
Yeah.
and along that line,
I met
kudos to the
with
street
them.
department. They're doing a lot of right-of-way mowing on all of our main streets, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
They've kept them down pretty
Well,
good.
we just bought a new tractor,
Yep. They've been-
Saw that on the.
which was
on
in the budget.
GF, right? Was it 97,000? Is that what we bought or no? What was that line item?
Yeah, I think it was,
Was-
the tractor and brush hog.
They want to drive
That
that.
cost. And that was in the budget.
And 23 cents.
We brought to council.
Your lot's growing up pretty good.
They had a tractor,
Do you have the cent?
they had one tractor
Borrow that.
with all the right of ways.
Mhm.
Because one of them went down, they had to split it. It was New Holland.
Mm.
And basically it really couldn't be repaired. I mean, it was,
It can always be repaired. It's just how deep your pockets
Is
are.
that
Yeah.
how much you wanna put in it?
and whether it's worth it, yeah.
I've got a dead tractor right now. I could repair, but I'm not going to.
I got right behind them when they did.
More scrap iron, wait,
I was like, I'm getting.
Make a motion, we
What if they,
adjourn.
like leaves real bad.
Any other
He had
council
the
member
purpose
comments?
detail.
just running off on 130 again.
It was so
I
exciting.
know that we're talked about this as one of the thoroughfares coming through to the hospital. Are we banging ODOT's
very
drums
nice.
again to,
Very nice, very
We're
personable.
beating ODOT as hard as we can on 130, on I-44.
and then I guess on the flip side of that, I mean,
Get in there.
if we ever do get
just
that on the
regular person.
8-year plan, I sure would like to see us do something on
It was cute too.
east
It
side
was
of,
cute to see.
62, tying,
Everybody
which is Fox
I love
Lane.
the pictures.
Like that, both left-hand turns.
You should have seen my
Yeah, that's a
face. My
toughie.
face
We
was
could offset it to the right and then come back.
Yeah, we would have to offset it because the Pioneer's got all their fiber on
Right.
the ground there, and that's a.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, it'd definitely be great. We had talked about even since the city owns that property, putting another lane on the south side of the existing Fox, potentially
Yeah.
widen that. That's definitely something that would be good.
I mean, I think it could be widened out that way and then brought back without affecting too many people.
It's similar to what's going to happen at 16th Street adjacent to the hospital. That we're going to shift a lane to the south onto the nation's property there
My husband said,
for that half
"Don't you
mile.
ever
So
tell Trump you said hi."
that's very
No,
similar.
He told me that.
They'll adjust on the east side of 62 as well.
I think it's very doable and presentable. That's all I had.
Any other council member comments? All right. Item number 17 is adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion second for adjournment. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.
Hey, I saw